Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching another brand new episode. Oh, fuck. Let me start over because this is an episode. Fuck. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the Bloopers Reel. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and this is another brand new Who's That Cosplayer, and joining me on today's episode is Hesitant Lillian. How are you doing today, Lillian?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. Hey, your smile, it is so beautiful. It's just so much energy coming from it. And that's what we love here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. I know that I don't have my co-host here with me because this is kind of like my little project that I'm doing, but I'm so excited to have you up here. When I slid in your DMs, you told me you were happy to do this, and I can't wait to do this. So before we get into this interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And like D always says, podcast link in the description. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Lillian, again, thank you for joining me on another brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. And before we, do a deep dive into the interview, like I always say, every hero or villain has an origin story. Let everybody know, who is Hesitant Lillian?
I started as a cosplayer when I was very, very young. I think I was maybe 9 or 10, but I never really got into it heavily until I was about maybe 14, 15. And ever since then, I've just been slowly growing, and I'm at like my highest peak now, which I love. But I'm just a normal hospital worker that just loves dressing up on the side and having fun with friends.
Hey, that's awesome. Hey, I like it. It's nice and short. I love that you said that, the first time you were introduced to cosplay was when you were 9 years old. Now, was this at a con, or did you see some people online that were cosplaying and you were just like, hey, this is something that I want to do?
I was actually with my one friend from elementary, and we were watching a bunch of Smosh videos. We were really into them younger, and we came across one of their Death Note parodies, and then that's what made us dive into YouTube more. We watched the first episode, and then we started seeing cosplayers doing stuff, and the next morning on the bus, he was like, dude, we gotta do this. Do this. And I remember my hair was like in a little blonde bob, and I put my hair up in pigtails for Misa, and it was just a little 9-year-old with pigtails running around having fun.
Hey, that's what it's all about, man. I say this every time. Like, cosplay is all about having fun and just dressing up as your favorite characters, or even characters that might not be your favorites, but like a new character and you just like that character. Or, I mean, it could be somebody where it's just like, hey, I look like this person, I want to cosplay as them. And that's the thing that I love about cosplay, is because with cosplay, you can be anybody. You can be Uraraka from My Hero Academia, or you could be a Shinigami from Death Note, like how you just said. Now, since I want to keep it on the Death Note, subject, because Death Note, it is a popular anime series. Now, let me ask you, which episode of Death Note was it that hooked you into the series, that just made you say, oh my God, I got to watch this all the time, my jaw dropped?
Honestly, we never really watched like a first full episode. We watched clips, and I think the clip that got us was when we were first introduced to Mello and his character.
Oh yeah.
That just got me hooked immediately, and he is still like one of my top characters to this day. Like, I really want to cosplay him again, but he's just, I don't know how to describe my love for him right now.
No, it's cool.
Characters.
No, I love this. For me, it was when the FBI agent's wife, like when she had because she had a feeling that Light might be the person that was holding the Death Note, and he was able to win her trust. And at the end of the episode, when he got her name and wrote it in the Death Note, and when she was walking up them stairs, and then you just see the new stair, I was just like, oh my God, like, I was just like, Light is a bad guy. Like, it's no way that. And like, that's why when I did my list of top 10 anime villains, Light was up there. I can't remember what number he was, but Light is a villain. But there are some fans out there that will defend Light and be like, nah, he's not a villain. Like, he's just doing not like, no, like this dude's out here killing people.
He's absolutely a villain. Maybe not in like the normal villain aspect that we know, but he's looking back on it now from when I first was watching, he is definitely a villain.
Yeah.
And like a great villain at that. Like his character development and all that with it was top notch.
So let's take it to the first time that you had went to your first con. Now, I know you said you got into cosplay when you were 9, and then you actually, dressed up and went to a con when you were 14. Like, how was it when you first went there?
It was very overwhelming. It's funny because I go to cons now and I see those little kids that are so excited to be there. I was exactly the same way. I was running up to cosplayers like, oh my God, can I take a photo? I was buying every single merch that I could. I remember, oh gosh, I don't have it with me, but one of my very first figurines, I got, I'm blanking on it. No, it was a Makoto figurine from Free. I was so excited over it. I was hyped. I put it up in my room. I just stared at it every day, and I was so excited to be at a con, and it was so overwhelming. It was great, and I wanted to go back immediately. It was so good.
No, I mean, like, that's the cool thing about going to cons, because like you said, like, you can literally go broke at a con because there's just so much stuff there, and like so many figurines and whatnot. And I've always told myself to never buy anything at a con, because it's like, if there's something that I want, I'll just order it online. I mean, like, you see this collection and stuff, like, I just order all my stuff because I remember it was one con I had went to, and they had this pop there. I think it was a Frieza pop, and the guy was selling it for $500. I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's like sometimes it's just better off to just wait or to order something online. But whenever and that's another thing I love about cons, is because they go to cons for different reasons. Like, some people go to cons just to go to the I forgot what the room is called, where they sell all
dealer's room.
The dealer's room. Thank you.
Yes.
Some people just go to cons just for that. And then some people go to cons because they want to cosplay. Some people go to cons because they want to meet their favorite voice actors or voice actresses. You know what I'm saying? And there's just so much to do at cons. And that's the reason why I love doing this series, because it's just like, there are so many cosplayers out there, and it's just like Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just like, there are so many cosplayers that you can talk to, and you're always, you're acting when you're in cosplay. Now, I want to ask you right now, like, who are you cosplaying right now?
I am doing Katori Minami from Love Live. Nice. I'm doing her cheer outfit. I actually bought it off of Nikki.
Nice, nice.
She was a character that I hated at the beginning, and I impulsively bought a cosplay. I was like, whatever, it's cute, I'm gonna try it. And as soon as I put it on, I just fell in love with the way I looked, and now she's like my favorite character from the series. Nice.
And also, to piggyback off of what you just said about Miss Nikki Mouse, make sure that you check out that episode. It is available on our YouTube right now, along with other episodes of cosplayers that I've interviewed. So make sure you check it out. But speaking of Nikki as well, the reason how I found her was because she is in a group called the Honey Pop Dreamers. And after I had interviewed her, you followed me, and then I slid in your DMs, like I said earlier. And then you told me that you were the leader of the Honey Pop Dreamers. So, like, tell everybody that's watching right now, like, who are the Honey Pop Dreamers?
Honey Pop Dreamers is a DMV and tri-state area Love Live idol cosplay group. We started summer of the pandemic, so July 2020, I forget the exact date, but it was originally me and one of my closest friends. We started it together, and then it slowly, within 2 weeks, became this big group where we had everyone, and our first projects were a success. They were so much fun. And now we're about to release one of our newest PVs, covers. It's going to be done virtually.
Yeah.
But We're just a Love Live idol cosplay dance group, and we're slowly rolling out new content like every couple of weeks. Just because of all the birthdays popping up, we'll post solos and covers of all their dances, and I'm actually going to be releasing one on Saturday.
Hey.
I'm so excited.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome because like when I had interviewed Nikki, and before I had found the Honey Pop dancers, dreamers. I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
When I had saw Nikki's videos on her channel, I was just like, man, like she's a really good dancer. And
she is.
And then when I had found y'all's page, and I was just like, yo, like everybody up here are amazing at what they do. And you know, I just love how everyone cosplays as a character, and like they do like these dance numbers that you can see in anime. And it's just awesome. Like, what was the inspiration behind creating this group?
I had been in some previously that I left for my own personal reasons, and I had recently got my first full-time job, and that's when I knew I was like stable enough with money to do it. And I just went to my friend. I was like, hey, start this group with me. Let's do it. And they were like, okay, bet. And we just ran with it. And it's actually funny that I got the name from two of my favorite drag queens, like what their little things are, like Trixie Mattel with the Oh Honey, and Alyssa Edwards with her tongue pops, and I just combined those two together and got Honey Pop.
Nice.
And now our big goal is just spreading love, and we're slowly gonna start opening up fundraisers again for Saving Bees, and
nice
just awareness of that too.
Now, something I wanted to ask, because like the only con that I've been to locally is NecoCon here in Hampton, Virginia. Now, have you guys ever done any dance numbers at any of the cons? Like,
we haven't recently, just because when we started, we were all it was in the pandemic, so cons were available. We have thought about it, but we aren't going to focus on that, just because we are a bit spread out. Like we have members in Virginia, we have members in New York, we have a member that's going to be going to school in Maine.
Nice.
So we're more so focused on doing group stuff together when we have the chance in either Philly or another location near me that I won't really say.
No,
but
that's cool.
just to film there and have fun together. But we are open. We have a lot of backup members, so we obviously will open it and say, if you want to perform at Katsucon, go for it. And you want to perform as Honey Pop Dreamers with 3 of the members, go for it. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
It's open, and it's a fun group to do whatever the heck you want and dance with your favorite characters with your favorite songs.
That's awesome. And I love how you said that the group is, meant to, spread love. And, something else I wanted to tack onto that is positivity, because again, like I said, with cosplay, it's just always awesome just being these characters and, being in these roles, and to do these awesome dance numbers and to spread love and positivity. When I think of, dancing and poses and love, it makes me think about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. Because I mean, like Josuke's hair, I mean, like it looks like a heart. I don't know, I'm just a big JoJo fan, but I wanted to, move back to your cosplays. Now, you cosplayed some amazing characters. Who are some of your favorites that you've done?
Oh boy, definitely my absolute favorite that I've done is my Mitsuri. Just because I love her personality, and again, with the whole love thing, I love her positivity and that she's in love with everyone. It's just she sees the beauty in everything and everyone, and that's how I want to be as well. So when I cosplay her, I try to embody that. And that cosplay has made me grown in love, like slowly, with my body, because I'm chubbier and I get bullied a lot with that. But having that skirt and that tight and the open window just made me feel good about myself. And that was like one of the cosplays where I didn't see any hate anywhere. But she's definitely my top. Anyone other behind that, just slowly list up.
Nice. Do you have any other favorites?
trying to think back. I haven't done her yet, but I've done a cos test of her, so I'll like kind of slide it in here. But my KDA, All Out Evelyn, I feel so powerful as her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel beautiful. I feel like bad. I just love the way I look as her so far.
Nice. Who's that cosplayer?
It's Miss Mickey Mouse.
I mean, like, and that's awesome. You know, I want to piggyback off of something that you had said about like the one cosplay that you had did and how it made you feel powerful. And, you know, with cosplay, I feel like in a way you promote body positivity, because
Absolutely.
it's like cosplay is supposed to be for everyone. And I know that there are times where it's just like you may feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't cosplay this character because of my size, but it's just like, no, like, you know, F those people that have those standards that are just like,
absolutely,
well, you shouldn't cosplay that because you're too big for that or you're too tall. It's just like, no, like, I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm trying to have fun. And I love that you said that it's just like, it makes you love your body more, because cosplay, in a way, just like with me being a professional wrestler, you know, you're in that ring in front of a bunch of people, and it's just like, it really helps build your confidence. And cosplay is the same way, because it's just like you're out there and you're in front of a bunch of people, and just like how you said when you were younger, you wanted to take pictures with all these people, and I'm sure that you still do that when you go to the cons, but it's just like now you have people that are coming up to you saying, hey, can I get a picture with you? And it's just like, man, it's just like, I'm just a girl just wearing this costume, and like people are coming up to me wanting to take pictures with me. So I wanted to ask you, like, with, you know, body positivity and cosplay, like, have you ever like influenced anybody or had somebody say, hey, I love your cosplay, it's just like you giving me the courage to wear this outfit now? Do you have any stories like that?
I definitely do. I had a lot of my friends, I've pushed definitely out of their, I shouldn't say out of their comfort zones and that I pushed them, but I encouraged them to step out of it.
Nice.
And now they have their costumes. Like, that is the favorite cosplay they've done, and they love the way they look at it as them. And that just makes me so happy, because like, bigger people are always getting bullied because we are not the norm, quote unquote. And don't get me started on that.
No, the floor is yours. Go ahead, let it out, girl. Let it out.
It's so stupid, because we are just trying to live our lives, and we may have a little bit more weight on us, but that doesn't mean I can't look cute in a crop top and short shorts. Okay.
I know. I 100% agree with you.
But I got sidetracked.
No, that's cool. Hey, that's what happens. We be snowballing up here sometimes.
Absolutely. But I've definitely encouraged people to step out of their comfort zones, and it's their favorite cosplays they've done. And I've definitely encouraged younger cosplayers that are a little chubbier as well, and they've come into my DMs and I've said, you look so good, like I could never pull something like this off. Awesome. And I'm like, just do it. You are gonna love it. And if you don't, then you tried it, and at least you know for sure. But there's nothing wrong with trying it once. Like, especially when it's an outfit. You can always easily resell a costume, or you can always return the top or return the shorts. It's just do what you think you will love, and I'm almost positive you will love it. Like, it's just more trial and error, and have fun with it. As long as you have fun and you yourself are happy with it, ignore what everyone else says. They're just judging.
I love that. I really love that. And also too, to tack on to what you just said, if there's something that you want to cosplay as, and maybe you might not feel comfortable showing this part of your body or something, it's just like you can always manipulate something to work for you. Like for example, and I mentioned this before, one of my friends, I always call her Poison Ivy, and she said that, you know, Poison Ivy, she always wears this provocative stuff, and I don't feel comfortable wearing that stuff. And I was just like, yo, as long as you got the red hair, some plants, and you're wearing green, people are gonna know. Like I've had several friends that are plus size, and they cosplay as Poison Ivy. Like they'll wear a dress or something, and people know who they are. And like that's the one thing I love about cosplay, because it's just like, as long as you're having fun and you have certain things that character has, then nobody's going to judge you. And so to, you know, stay on the train track right here, like, what is a message that you have for people who bully people in cosplay?
I don't want to say anything with being mean, but
no, say it. Just don't cuss.
Get a life. Get a life. There's nothing. Our happiness and the way we look isn't hurting you. And if you really are that hurt by how we look and what we're doing, then you need to focus on something else.
Exactly.
Like, this community is supposed to be about having fun and like hyping each other up and doing a fun hobby. And there's no need to break other people down for doing what they love and being characters who they love. It's all you do is hurt them and possibly even gain a little bit of momentary, like, ha, look what I did. And that's all you gain from it. You gain that and a bad rep. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just go, oh, okay, I don't like that, and scroll past. Don't comment, just go away. Pretty much. Like
one of my things is if your profile picture is an anime character or you don't have one at all, I'm not even gonna take your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna take it serious, because it's just like you're hiding. And that's the thing too about social media. It gives everybody a platform to just try and attack somebody just because they don't look like the character, or multiple reasons for them to come at them. And it's just like, who are you? So I agree with you, where it's just like, if you don't like something, just keep on scrolling. Like, don't ruin somebody else's day and make somebody else feel bad just because you're miserable. And that's what a lot of people are. Like, they feel like that they gained something by making you feel bad. And I'm not talking about you, but it's just like, you know, I always say, F you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. I'm having a good time. It's like there's plenty of people in these comments that are loving the cosplays that I'm putting out there, and it's encouraging and it's motivating and inspiring people to, you know, get out of their comfort zone and do something different. And again, like I will always say, that is what I love about cosplay, because it really does get you out of your comfort zone.
Totally.
You know, one thing I want to say, you know, is this your first time being interviewed? Because if it is, like, you're doing an amazing job.
It is. I never been interviewed. It was actually very funny. My very first Love Live performance. The rest of my group had gotten interviewed for a magazine, but I was actually in the bathroom at the time, so I wasn't there. But yes, it is my first time sitting down for an interview, and I'm just very excited to be here and to talk about one of my favorite things.
Hey, well, like I always say on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, it's like, this is the first time for a lot of people, whether it be a cosplayer, a voice actor or actress, or an actor. Like, we've had so many people on our podcast and the YouTube series where it's just like they've never been interviewed. And I just love the fact that we're able to give people a platform, so that way that their fans or their followers can learn more about them. And like, what I feel like it does is it does help inspire people. And like, that's the reason why I do Who's That Cosplayer, because it's like, I want people to, you know about their favorite cosplayers and to just find out more about them. So, you know, putting the cosplay to the side, something that I love to always ask is, who is the person behind the cosplay? So tell everybody, like, what does Lillian like to do when she's not cosplaying? What are some of your hobbies?
Well, I'm a pharmacy technician at my local hospital. I'm slowly working to my certification for that, but that is one of my favorite things. Is I just love learning about pharmaceuticals. I don't know what it is, but it's just so interesting. A lot of my friends will call me their emotional support pharmacist, even though I'm not, because they can just come to me for any medication question and be like, hey, help me. But I just love reading about that. I love, outside of cosplay, I love doing my makeup. I love all things skincare. I like gaming too. I'm not like a big gamer, but I love playing video games with my friends. And
Nice.
I'm just a very social person. I like calling my friends a lot and just talking to them. I'm a friend person and a family person.
Nice. I love that. Well, I hope that I can be your new friend, and if I need to call you for anything, I'm like, Lillian, I need help.
Absolutely.
No, that's awesome. I love that. So what are some of your favorite video games that you love to play?
I like playing Minecraft just because it's very calming at the end of the day. As a kid, I really liked Halo and playing Call of Duty with my brother.
Nice.
But now I like the Resident Evil series. 8 is what got me hooked. Clearly I'm sorry, I'm a victim of it. Lady D got me.
Uh-huh.
But I've been getting into the rest of the series now that I've seen that one and played that one. Genshin Impact is a very big one as well currently. We're actually, a group of friends and I are planning to go to the Pennsylvania Ren Fair as a bunch of the characters from Mondstadt.
Nice.
So I just love video games and I love playing them, and I hope to start like slowly streaming when I move out of my parents' house.
Nice. Yeah, that streaming is where it's at, and with you already doing cosplay and cosplaying as some of the characters that the games that you're streaming as, you'll get a lot of attention from that. The Resident Evil games, they're really fun games. I still haven't played Resident Evil 8 yet because I am currently playing Persona 3 for the first time. I really love RPG games, but I do love the Resident Evil games, and I can't wait to play Resident Evil 8. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I do want to get into it. You said that Resident Evil 8 was the first one that you played. Have you played any of the other ones yet?
I played very beginning with, I think, Resi 7.
Nice. Yeah.
But I watched playthroughs on the other ones when they like remastered them. I think I watched Jacksepticeye. I played Resi 4 when it came through again. But I do like the series a lot. It's very interesting. It
is. Now if D was here, because D is our horror guy on the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, and a question that he always asks our guests is, what was one of your favorite horror movies that you watched growing up? And the reason why I want to kind of take it down the horror route is because, you mentioned Death Note, and that's a horror anime, and, you're really into the Resident Evil series. Are you into watching horror movies or TV shows?
I am when it comes, when I can absolutely know it's fiction. My mom personally is in love with all the Saw movies, but I can't get through them because it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I imagine it happening to myself, and it just grosses me out. But as a kid, I grew up, I really liked The Grudge. That was one of the first horror movies I watched, after getting the anime and all that. And I think the movie was called White. It's a Korean horror movie with, I believe it's pop stars or K-pop idols. And I don't remember it completely because it's been a while, but my friend and I, the same friend from elementary, we used to watch it every weekend. I would spend the night at his house.
You said it's called White?
Yes. Is
it White Melody of Death?
Yes. Yes. It is very good. It used to be on Netflix, and it's no longer on Netflix, and I'm so mad about it because I want to rewatch it. But American horror movies, I can't remember the first one I watched as a kid. Oh, no. I remember seeing one scene of Halloween as a kid, and it was when one of the girls was getting ready for a party, and it was in the perspective, I don't remember which movie, but it was in the perspective of Michael Myers, and he was going into her room.
Yeah.
And like you barely just saw her topless before my grandfather went, nope, and turned it.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
that was the first Halloween movie.
Okay.
He walked in the room on his sister, and
Yes.
yeah, dang, that's crazy. Like movies like that. Kind of to piggyback off of what you had said about Saw, like how with Saw being like very realistic. Like the reason why Michael Myers scared me was because it's like that was more realistic than Freddy Krueger or Jason. But as a kid, Freddy Krueger scared me the most because it's just like if you went to sleep, like that's how he got you. Like I remember when I watched that movie for the first time in my cousin's house, like I couldn't go to sleep. Like top things that scared me when I was a kid was Freddy Krueger because I didn't want to go to sleep, Chucky because I had like this giant stuffed animal, and like I thought it was gonna come and kill me. And then Candyman, that was another one because it's just like you didn't want to say his name 5 times in front of the mirror. And my cousin, he did that all the time. Like he would say Candyman and Bloody Mary, and I thought I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna die. Thank God I'm still here. But yeah, I mean, like horror movies, I love them. I don't get as scared as I used to, but I still get scared. I'm more into like thrillers and suspense, like with ghosts and stuff like that. Like the Insidious movies, the Conjuring movies, like those always get me, man.
I love the Conjuring movies. My mom is actually out. She's pet sitting for one of her friends, and when she comes back, we're gonna watch the newest Conjuring movie.
That's good.
And so excited.
It's good.
That is like growing up, that's what brought us like closer. We will always see every Conjuring movie in theaters if we can. And so good.
Yo, when you said that your mom was pet sitting, I thought you were about to say, yeah, my mom's at the pet cemetery. I was like, whoa, this interview is over.
No.
Oh my God.
That is one of her favorites,
right
but
there.
no.
Oh my God. Like, I want to say like that was the first movie that gave me nightmares because it's like, can you imagine like your pets coming back to life and now they're evil, then the people are coming back to life? Like, I couldn't do it, man. But
no, I don't want to think of that. Not my little dog.
No, it's the worst. It is definitely the worst. But Lillian, it's been a really fun conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on Who's That Cosplayer.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and I had so much fun.
You're welcome. And that's what it's all about. Is about having a good and fun time. And I appreciate you coming up here. So before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find Hesitant Lillian at.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and I think that's it with Hesitant Lillian. I'm also going to plug Honey Pop Dreamers. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well.
Nice. Hey, I was going to tell you to plug them because you can't leave out the Honey Pop Dreamers. I appreciate you giving them a shout out as well. And hopefully I can get some more of the Honey Pop Dreamers up here because now I've had 2 of them. So I'm looking forward to interviewing more of them. And you already know where you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to come up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.